Hello, I'm Larissa with Cinema 440, and we are here today at the farm at Eagles Ridge in their beautiful carriage house to do a wedding recap. We have started doing wedding recaps because we want to show you a bit more about what's involved in the entire wedding process, what goes into making a couple's wedding day so beautiful and enjoyable for them to be able to be present in the moment. Today we have with us Fiffer Raush of Treasured Events, and we worked together a few months ago at a beautiful wedding here at the farm with Josalyn Dane. Fiffer, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks.
We're so glad to have you.
Yeah.
How about you tell us a little bit about how you started becoming a part of events here at the farm?
Definitely. So we started in business the same year that the farm at Eagles Ridge opened. You know, it's funny because every year I just think it is like the most incredible place. And then in the off season, they make improvements and I'm like, it keeps getting better. But so we love working here. We provide decor, styling, those kind of things like rental items for a wedding, just so people don't have to go out and shop and find the things they need. We have a huge showroom full of everything, and
everything from, tell us some of the smallest items you have to some of the biggest items that you have.
Small details like table numbers, lanterns, things like that, and then we have big arbors and the huge marquee love letters that we're gonna see in the video. And so we also have a lot of lounges, upholstered furniture.
Like the one we're enjoying today?
Yes, for sure. And so here in the corn crib at the farm, people often want to put a lounge there, which the guests love, and it makes great photo ops too. And we actually got into coordinating, and we've done a lot of weddings here, coordinated a lot. This one that we're gonna look at today for Josalyn Dane. But as we've gotten so busy with rentals, because we work all throughout central Pennsylvania, we've actually scaled back on the coordinating, really focusing on like decor, styling, but it's been a really good transition because all of the knowledge and experience that we've gained from coordinating so many weddings. So when a couple comes to our showroom, I can walk them through their entire day. I'm familiar with a lot of the venues in Lancaster County, and so we can walk through everything starting from, you know, the guest's arrival, are you gonna have a sign, welcome sign, and so forth the whole way through. So kind of what I do, yeah.
To be able to go to one place, and your beautiful showroom is an incredible place to go to, and to walk through there and really dream and see what the day is going to become, and to have all the items that they need provided by you is such a relief for so many couples that have said they used you because they really enjoy being able to say, I'd like this and this and this, and you bring it, you set all of that up for them, which is such a gift.
Yes, yep, we really enjoy it. It's just it's a very fun job to have, just to work with couples. We always say it's the best day of your life so far, because of course, like, there's lots of best days to come, but we really enjoy it.
That's right. Something I enjoy doing is being able to sit down with you and talk to you about behind the scenes. We both have 3 girls and a little boy, which we could talk for hours about because you are about 20 years ahead of me, and I need some motherly wisdom on the years to come. So
it's just so fun to see your sweet family and just like flash back, like, it was a wonderful time.
It's so great. And I look at yours and I think, wow, all the adventures we'll be able to have in the future. It's really exciting.
And you can videotape all of them too.
We can film them.
A lot more than we did anyway.
Let's look back a few months ago when we were here in September for a beautiful day for Josalyn and Dane.
It was so fun.
I'm going to hand you the remote. You are going to be able to play the feature film, and you can stop and pause and talk about any of the aspects you see that you want to shed a little bit of light on.
Perfect.
And the pause button is the play and pause is right there.
Okay, so start.
Yep, go for it.
Okay.
Babe, stand up straight. Okay.
Sorry, we have to stop at the beginning. We did. Josalyn's laugh and just her whole demeanor, her personality. She was such a happy bride from the day the sun came, from the moment the sun came up that day. Her laugh was contagious and she was relaxed, and it just set the tone for the most amazing day. So anyway.
It definitely did. And they're about to enter right into their first look, which was their favorite moment of the day. They both told us afterwards that they felt like they were just in their own special bubble. And you'll see in the film here how emotional they both become.
Am I good? Yep. Okay. I'm just going to put this around me.
She can't even make it to Dane before she starts crying.
I love the drone footage of this because it kind of just gives you a whole overview of your venue, which normally you're not really gonna, without drone footage, I'm not really sure that you get an overview of what the venue looked like, especially one as gorgeous as this. So I'm a fan of the drone. I think that's pretty cool.
We love to pull that out.
When I consider the love story of Josalyn and Dane, I am inspired to say that happiness is being married to your best friend. The one that calms your heart whenever they are near. The one that gives you peace.
I know it's kind of funny to talk about the sparkler exit at the beginning of the video, but I love the sparkler exit. I think two things. One is, I think often the couple doesn't want to pay those last 2 hours for a photographer or a videographer because they think, oh, well, it's just dancing, we don't need that. But the sparkler exit is a really cool thing to have captured by the photographer and videographer.
The one that gives you peace. The one that calms your mind and supports you through the many waves of life.
We are so happy that Reverend Joshua was there at the wedding.
Yes, he's with Reverend Roxy. So he's actually Reverend Roxy's husband, and they're a great team. So I've worked with them a few times, and really the officiant is important, obviously, and he had a beautiful ceremony for them.
You could tell that he got to know them. He had things about their relationship that he wove into the ceremony, which was wonderful for the guests to hear in the moment, but it's also so nice for them to have this for forever. He put a lot of thought and energy. He was so well-spoken and obviously so kind and professional as well. We loved working with him on that day.
Yeah, so I love having the ceremony. I like a video of the whole event, but the ceremony, having that, I think it's such a marriage builder, honestly. You know, Alan and I got married almost 33 years ago. Video camera, thank you. Video cameras were like brand new. They were like this big, they were huge. And so we paid a 12-year-old boy $20 to sit up in the balcony. We set up the camera and just said, just turn it on and film everything. And so it's really grainy, it's from far away, it's not that great, but you can hear us, and every year on our anniversary, from the time our kids were young, we've like played this video, and they're like, oh, wow, that's our mom and dad.
That was you guys getting married, and they get to see that and enjoy that and know how the family started.
Yeah, I mean, to hear us saying our wedding vows to each other, to hear the officiant's words, and to see the people and know that like we made this commitment in front of all these people, it is a marriage builder. It's pretty important, I think.
And those are the things we like to encourage couples in our relationships that we get to have with them building up to the wedding day, because it's not just the wedding day. It's not just this one day that you look forward to. This is the day that starts your forever together. And we want to do everything we can, just as even friends to them, to help them build their marriage and to prepare for afterwards. And it's our hope that in giving them a wedding film, they'll be able to look back on what they committed to each other and keep those vows by God's grace.
Yes, for sure. I agree.
Dane, when you first introduced me to Josalyn, I was blown away by how radiant and glowing she was.
But little did you know that this journey would bring you to meet Dane, your husband and my new brother-in-law.
Just look at that right there. That shot of them coming back the aisle is so beautiful because of this incredible setting that the Farm at Eagles Ridge provides to couples. You have the water in the background, you have the aisle, your friends, your family. That is one of my favorite parts of the wedding ceremony, is just seeing the couple's excitement over, we're married now. Their friends and family are cheering for them, and this is just an incredible place to be able to do that.
When I had the pleasure of speaking with her, I was even more impressed with her dedication and passion to life and to you. My first thoughts were, How in the hell did he manage to pull this one off?
I knew that there was something.
This is such a good, that's the title of your video. I love it, I love it. When I first saw the title, I was like, well, where did that come from? And then I watched it, I'm like, that's perfect. It really sums up Josalyn and Dane and their whole group of friends.
Exactly. They met online, and so a lot of the friends didn't know each other beforehand, and it's just neat to see the reactions the friends had when they met Josalyn, that she really does glow with excitement and joy, which comes through in their wedding film, but every day that her and Dane are together, she's just exuberant.
When I first met them, when they called me about being their coordinator, they came out, and I had said ahead of time that I'd love to meet with them, and my company can help coordinate it, but I couldn't guarantee that far out that it would be me. And then after I sat down and talked to them for probably like 2 hours, I was like, look, I will be at your wedding. I am not gonna miss this, because they're just that kind of couple, just so much fun and care so much about people. And that's really what makes the wedding, is just, I feel like the personality of the bride and groom is just contagious, and they were having fun, and everyone had fun.
That's exactly right.
I knew that there was something special about this guy, Dane.
The park bar still standing by.
Everyone needs a Josalyn in their life. She's the friend that believes in you when you don't believe in yourself. She's the friend that pushes you to be the best version of yourself, because she has always seen the best in everyone around her. She brings silliness and laughter wherever she goes, and her fashion slays every room she walks into.
Is that just the truth?
That is the truth.
That sums up Josalyn in like 30 seconds. I mean, that is Josalyn, everything about it. Everyone does need a Josalyn in their lives.
That's exactly right. Someone to be bright and cheerful and to brighten any day.
Yeah, we're definitely part of the Josalyn fan club, in case people didn't figure that out.
And what I love here is that, again, the Farm at Eagles Ridge, providing what you need for the entire day. They have several rooms in the prep area for the bride and the groom that gives them space to be able to have her own getting ready area of getting into her dress that's clean and beautiful. And it's so nice to have spots for hair and makeup that are designated and thought out, and then to also have beautiful spots for photo and video.
Well designed. I mean, even the lighting, I'm sure you can attest to, is for photographers and videographers, the lighting is beautiful. It's a very neutral palette, which just allows beautiful pictures. And it's also really comfortable. The girls love it up there. They have their mimosas and just having fun. The whole bride tribe up there. So it's a great space. And the guys is equally nice downstairs. They love it. Very kind of masculine looking for them.
And we'll see that in just a minute when Dane opens his letter from Josalyn.
Right, yeah.
Dane, you know how you always say I'm indecisive? Well, I have never been indecisive about my decision to marry you. I love you.
I love this. This, honestly, it makes me, I get teary-eyed. It's just, there's just so much emotion packed into that when they're actually reading, the couple is reading the letter to each other, and you get that on video. It's a really kind of sacred moment. It's beautiful.
It is very much so. And I love that the couples get to have that moment in their day where they can quietly read what the other person is thinking about them. And it provides them a moment to remember why all of this planning has been done, that they're coming together, that they are committing to each other. And it's wonderful to see them relax and open up that letter and really feel all the feels
For sure.
before they see each other on their wedding day.
True.
I love you so much. And I feel so blessed to call you my husband from this day forward.
Proverbs 18:22 reads, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." So we are gathered here today to memorialize a love.
There's that carriage house, the very place that we are sitting in that we were talking about, the flow of the guests to be able to come through there and be welcomed into the area.
And it's one thing that I love that you captured this, because, 20, 30 years from now, people will be laughing about people's hairstyles or their fashion or whatever. So it definitely is a fun thing. Exactly. You don't realize that now everyone looks pretty normal to us, but when I look back at pictures from me 33 years ago, you just kind of laugh to see. So it's definitely a keepsake.
That's for sure.
Love that has ignited in the unique souls of Josalyn Boyles and Dane Mulvihill. There are no obligations on earth sweeter or more tender.
I was so grateful to see Allegro music here at Josalyn and Dane's wedding, because live music really sets the feel. You come out into this beautiful setting, you hear the strings playing,
for sure.
And that day they completely set the scene for Josalyn and Dane and gave beautiful music that was right on point for each element of their ceremony.
For sure, it's beautiful.
Then the vows assumed in holy marriage. Today, I want to declare that your marriage will be linked to a greater purpose.
Dane, when I look at you, I can't help but think to myself, God has been so good to me. The way in which you care for me has been genuine, delicate, and sweet. You value our privacy.
This just gets me. This is like, hand out the tissues, please. It's just beautiful. I think just the way you are zoomed in on their faces, and on your wedding day, it goes so quickly, and the ceremony is a short part of that. This is just a treasure to have, to actually hear the bride and groom repeating their vows, having you guys zoomed in on their faces. You just become part of the emotion. And so I just every time I see this, I'm like, okay.
This is what we love to do in a feature film, is to piece together who the couple really is based on the words that are said on the day of the wedding, their vows, the first look, and when all of that comes together, combined with the officiant and the toast, it just brings them back into the moment, and it helps them to really feel like they're back there reliving the day and feeling the power of that emotion that drew them together.
Yeah, and I've actually had a lot of couples who, when I talk to them later and they looked at their video, they're like, we didn't even know this happened, or we didn't even remember this. So you guys capture a lot of things that the bride and groom may never have known about. So
they get to see it in their wedding film and their photos. It's so important. Both are an art that are different, but yet bring the day back to life in a beautiful way.
For sure.
Delicate and sweet. You value our privacy as partners. You've been my rock probably through the toughest phase of my life thus far. I love it. And I've never doubted the depth of your love for me. You so much. You guard my heart continuously, making my happiness your priority, and I appreciate the man you are. You're a remarkably patient and beautiful human being. And truly, I believe we were designed for each other by God. I will stand by you through the many phases of this life as your best friend and wife. I can't wait to witness you bloom as my husband and the father of our children. I pray that God...
I wanted to say here, the dear flower girl and ring bearer, they were not scheduled to be the flower girl and ring bearer. And at every wedding, there's something that comes up. But somehow family and friends come together. Here, the ring bearer and flower girl that were supposed to be in the wedding, I believe something kept them from coming to the wedding last minute. And other family pulled in, came together, and they are just the dearest little brother and sister.
That God continues to lead us on a beautiful journey through life together. I love you so much.
She is and always will be the daughter of the Most High, King of Kings. I want you to stand to your feet, and I want you to give my baby girl the best hand clap.
Can we just clap? We can clap for her.
Because,
well, Jocelyn's dad spoke at the after the toasts were done. He said he wanted to speak, and Josalyn knew that he was going to. And I realized that he had a lot to say. He had a whole book he was reading from. And so, I just ran it by her, ahead of time and said, you know, I just want you to know that it is going to be a little bit longer. And she was like, let him go as long as he wants to. Just, they had a really special relationship. And it was good to know that it was good to know that ahead of time, because I could coordinate with the caterer that was Tasteful Occasions, and they really like to know what the timing looks like, because obviously it's very important for them to serve the food hot, the hot things hot and the cold things cold. And so it was good for them to know, like, hey, this might be 10, 15 minutes long. And they were beautiful words. It was an important part of the day.
Exactly, and their father-daughter relationship was wonderful to see. It always makes me get teary when I see a great father-daughter relationship, because of the incredible relationship that my husband has with our daughters. And you think of this day that is to come.
Yeah, it was really precious.
By how you looked at me, I knew you were going to be a special person in my life. I can't wait to grow old with you and yell at kids to get off our lawn. You are going to be the most amazing mother of our children. I promise to always love you and make sure that you have that beautiful smile on your face at the end of the day.
This is a beautiful backdrop here. I just wanted to stop for a minute just to take it in. The flowers were gorgeous. They were from Cindy, Wedding Flowers by Cindy. And one thing as a coordinator that's important to us is that we talk to the florist ahead of time and just say, hey, some of the flowers from the ceremony, we'd really like to repurpose them for the reception. So we actually brought our little stepladder out and we cut them down and so put them
into the reception hall.
They did. And I mean, they're so beautiful. You don't want to just enjoy them for 20 minutes or so. So that's something that is that really makes it we get double duty out of things that way.
And that's one of the incredible behind the scenes things that coordinators are doing to make sure that the guests can enjoy the day to its fullest, and you never know those 1,000 details that are going on.
Yeah, I don't think guests have any idea that, hey, these were the same flowers that were at the ceremony. We actually are pretty discreet in moving things and repurposing things. We don't carry a huge thing, you know, right through the crowd of people like, excuse me, but we'll, the farm has a golf cart and we kind of sneak it up around the back and bring it in, and no one's any the wiser for it.
Introduced to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Dane Mulvihill.
This party was really great. It was put on by Nick Spinelli, and he always does a fantastic job of keeping the party going. And the guests here definitely hit the dance floor, enjoyed it, and celebrated with Josalyn and Dane. My favorite little one on the dance floor was this boy who,
with headphones.
Yes,
I love that.
His parents were prepared. He is Josalyn's nephew. You saw her sister speaking earlier, and he was just the cutest little guy on the dance floor.
I'm so glad you guys captured him several times in the video, but he's special to her and really cute. So you can just picture, you know, 15 years from now and them showing him.
I'm sure already his looks have probably changed so much. So for them to have this for years to come is wonderful.
Really special.
God finds mysterious ways to connect us here on earth to the very one which we cannot seem to live without.
I always imagined the perfect person for her. Someone who would understand her brilliance, someone who could match her quirkiness, someone who would respect her intelligence and just...
So this is so fun. The love letters are a big hit. I think this might have been the first wedding where we actually used them. And the farm is a perfect place because we put them up on the stone wall. And they really are larger than life people. They just become an impromptu photo booth.
Exactly.
And you can just see here someone is taking a picture and makes a great backdrop.
Someone who would respect her intelligence and just overall appreciate all of her intricacies. That's a tough list to check all of the boxes, but Dane fulfills each requirement so naturally.
For all the days of my life, please wear this ring as a sign of my commitment and a notice to the entire world that you are my husband.
Her words here is just to give notice to the entire world that you are my husband, and just delivered perfectly, wasn't it?
She was so excited about that. She was saying those words as she was putting his wedding band on. So his wedding band being a notice to everyone else. Yes. And it takes me back to our wedding day where I put the wedding band on Jeff. And I just remember being so excited that yes, this is now official. He's my husband. He gets to wear this ring forever.
Yes.
And with Josalyn, it was so obvious that she was excited for this to be complete, for him to actually be her husband now.
It's a good feeling.
Well, thank you so much, Fiffer, for taking the time to look at this film with us. It's wonderful.
It was so fun. I mean, honestly, I've seen it several times, and every time I'm still like, wiping the tears away. So that's just a job well done for you guys. I mean, you captured such beauty and love. You really captured like the essence of who they are as a couple.
We really enjoyed working with you on this wedding, Fiffer. It's so beautiful to see the touches that you put all around, be it the farm or whatever venue we meet with you at, because it makes a wedding day. It's like the icing on the cake. Aww. It just completes everything and brings the feel of each individual couple out visually.
So it's really important, isn't it, just to like get to know your couple. When we start pooling decor, I have a really good sense by that point of the couple and the little extra touches that we can bring just to make it uniquely them. And so it's really important that each wedding looks different and unique and represents who that couple is.
Exactly, and you do that so well with a friendly smile, and everyone loves their time with Fiffer. So I wish we could sit here for a few more hours and talk, because I love just being with you.
You're sweet. You are sweet. We truly love what we do, and especially when we can see it captured later and I get to look at it.
Great. Well, this was wonderful. I look forward to our next wedding that we get to work together with Treasured Events and with Fiffer.
Oh, thanks, Larissa.
You're welcome. Thanks for watching this wedding recap video at the farm at Eagles Ridge. Stay tuned for more recaps to come.